Deliberately Developmental Approach, a conversation on holistic learning and school reform. Hello. I would like to begin a conversation about the role of emotional regulation, systems thinking, and creativity in shaping the future of education. It should be obvious that learning is not just about memorizing facts, it's about developing the whole student. But doesn't it follow that if we want students to be truly prepared for the complexities of life, we must design education systems that nurture emotional intelligence, interdisciplinary thinking, and collaborative problem solving? I have observed that many traditional school models focus primarily on academic performance while neglecting emotional development. Can you imagine how much more resilient students would be if they were taught how to manage stress, regulate emotions, and approach setbacks with confidence? Wouldn't it be more powerful if schools prioritized emotional well-being as a foundational skill? Recognizing that students who can regulate their emotions are better equipped to learn, adapt, and thrive in both academic and real-world settings. Doesn't it follow that systems thinking should be a core part of education, helping students see how different subjects, ideas, and global issues are interconnected? Too often, learning happens in silos. Science is separated from history, math from art, and real-world applications are rarely explored. It should be obvious that students need to understand how different disciplines influence one another, building critical thinking skills that allow them to navigate complex problems holistically. What if schools adopted an approach where learning was structured around big-picture themes and interdisciplinary projects, helping students see patterns, relationships, and the broader impact of their knowledge? Wouldn't it be more effective if students learned not just isolated facts, but how to connect ideas across different domains? It is time now to place creativity and collaboration at the heart of school reform. Can you imagine how much more engaged and motivated students would be if they were encouraged to explore, create, and experiment with new solutions rather than just repeat standard answers? What if teamwork and creative problem solving were embedded into every subject, ensuring that students graduate with the ability to think beyond conventional boundaries and work effectively with others? Wouldn't it be transformative if schools became hubs of innovation, where students were given real-world challenges and the freedom to develop unique, meaningful solutions? I have observed that education systems that embrace a deliberately developmental approach produce students who are not just knowledgeable, but adaptable, emotionally intelligent, and capable of tackling real-world challenges. Doesn't it follow that if we want to prepare students for an unpredictable future, we must teach them how to navigate change, manage uncertainty, and think with agility? It should be obvious that the ability to collaborate, self-regulate, and apply knowledge across disciplines is far more valuable than rote memorization. What if schools designed their curriculum around these skills, rather than simply focusing on standardized tests? Wouldn't it be more effective if learning was centered around developing adaptable, resourceful, and emotionally aware individuals? The future of school reform depends on transforming education into an experience that supports students intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Can you imagine how much more meaningful learning would be if students were taught not just knowledge, but also how to regulate emotions, think in systems, and solve problems creatively? What if school environments were designed to encourage curiosity, resilience, and lifelong learning, ensuring that students graduate with the confidence to navigate life's challenges? Doesn't it follow that if we want education to truly empower the next generation, we must create schools that do more than teach? They must nurture, inspire, and equip students to thrive in an ever-changing world.